hope you guys learned something from this, or something or two. Maybe something from Erika and something from me, so we can call it an all-around productive podcast episode. What's up, homies? Welcome back to Agents After Hours. Our podcast is for agents who want to talk about the parts of this industry that no one wants to say out loud.
We're Erika
and Paige,
and we are here to bring you unfiltered, unapologetically honest real estate talk. So pour a drink, take a breath, and let's dive in, baby.
Let's dive in. So I'm going to be a hater for 2.3 seconds.
I don't even know if I'm prepared for this. What are you hating on?
We've talked about it, but I'm going to say it out loud and not just be in text messages.
Oh,
but,
no. I don't know if you... I don't know if you should. Wait.
I'm going to speak on what I've said and my thoughts. You can pitch in however you see fit.
Why would you warn me?
Okay, so in this industry, when I started, I saw a space that was not being utilized, and I decided that what I was going to do, I wasn't going to reinvent the wheel. I wasn't going to do anything like that. I was just going to create space because I didn't see a space for me fitting into what this industry was. And so I created a space to do that. And it's my own lane, and I picked it and I chose it and I ran with it, and it's worked out great. And when we decided to do the podcast, that felt so what you wanted to talk about aligned with exactly my mission of taking up space and talking about things that no one wants to say out loud. And I am all for other people stepping into the space. But please, for the love of fucking God, if you're going to take up the same space, do not use the same damn words, or just pull up a thesaurus to use a similar word to the same. I am not a hater. I have an agent in our office that has a podcast, and she does a podcast with one of my dear friends and also another friend acquaintance in this industry. And I'm okay with that. I love it. And then I saw 2 other people from Elkhart start a podcast. Loved it. But then I saw another podcast that damn near had the same opening line as us. And I just wanted to shove everything down a staircase. We talk about the things no one wants to talk about. That is our tagline and has been for the last more than 12 months.
That's all. I don't know how to contribute. I do.
You do know how to contribute. You're just going to be politically correct, and I'm going to be ratchet.
No, it's not even that. Some things. So I obviously I've seen the podcast too that have started since we started a year ago. Not a lot of things ruffle my feathers. I truly feel like there's space for everyone here. I'm glad
100%.
I'm also glad that we started when we started, for our own sanity, because I don't know, had there been multiple other podcasts, I don't know that we would have started. I feel like like you said, we saw an opening and we took it, in the podcasting space, but I'm just laughing at the fact that you said a thesaurus, because I have not heard that word in a really long time. But no, when I see things that do feel very close, I'm kind of like, well, damn. But at the same time, I feel like everybody appeals to everyone else. Just same thing with content creators. So many people are doing the same thing, and that's totally fine. But I feel like, yeah, I mean, you gotta have some originality.
Right. This specific one that I'm referencing, I saw at 10 o'clock at night, obviously sent it to you. But essentially, and I'm just going to, for the sake of simplicity, it's to me, what it felt like is someone saying, hi, my name is Paige, versus Paige is my name. Same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Paige is my name.
And that's what it was. Or to me, with the vibe, what it felt like is Paige is my name sounds more formal, and this podcast is definitely a formal version of us, and that's what I don't like.
If there's one thing that I learned since we started podcasting, because it's been 14 months, I guess, very consistently. I lost count of the episodes, but that I do feel Like, it's something that takes a lot of work. It's a part-time job in itself, and I think that it's hard. I feel like, again, we make it look easy, and we say that a lot about a lot of different things, but it's really hard. But if anybody needs help getting started, we can show you how to get started. We can show you how to be different. Um,
I
yeah.
guess it's like a brand. You know what I mean? Like, this is our brand that we created. It wasn't necessarily, it was, they took the brand. You know what I mean? It's like if someone turned the McDonald's logo into a W and been like, it's mine. No, bitch.
Well, for what it's worth, I've never seen this podcast before in my life.
I sent you a video.
Yeah, that's the only time.
That's because I can't watch it, because it's literally a professional version of us, which is exactly what we created in
The
this space.
unprofessional version.
So I'm going to start off being a hater. Otherwise, I am I am all for people winning and succeeding and doing all the things, and Make Your Bag literally created a whole brokerage around people just fucking getting their bag and hustling and, doing the thing, like, and supporting each other like that. I'm all for it. Just be fucking original, man. That's all.
I wasn't prepared for
Welcome to
that.
Ages After Hours.
I wasn't prepared, but
Oh, I'm sorry. It was off the cuff.
you could at least warn me, like, so I had time to gather my thoughts.
No, you know what? I just had a lot of thoughts. And prior to this, you had said before I hit record, you're like, I can't imagine, like, you were surprised that I said I was out working in my yard. That's probably why I'm in a, like, meh mood, because I hate it. And I just want
Well,
to pay somebody. And you said, I'm surprised you don't. It's because my husband doesn't want to. I
I,
want to.
I can relate. I don't also like working in the yard. But for me, the reason I don't like working in the yard is because it's so overwhelming. Like, Eris will be like, we should pick out flowers for this little path that goes up to our house. No. If you get them, I'll put them down. But, like, it's the choices for me. I don't know. I don't know what needs sun. I don't have it in me to, like, do the research because it's not of interest to me. Just bring them home and I can dig the holes. I won't want to, but I will. But the decision fatigue with that is crazy because
I
we've
hate my
started
backyard.
multiple times.
Yeah, I hate my backyard. And I feel like all the decisions that need to be made on there, I don't want to make them. And if,
Oh, but we have this
like,
nasty ground cover that I hate so much, and, like, it takes up half, like, a whole quarter of the yard, and we have a pretty big yard, and it just, like, gets these little weeds in it, and I don't care anymore. And
yeah.
I want it to look nice, but I not so much that I want to do it, if that makes sense. I'd rather do other things.
So there's a tree, if you're looking at my backyard, to the left of my neighbor's property.
Mhm.
And, we have air rights, but he will not. We've offered to pay to remove this tree. It's dead. It's dead. Big branches get in our yard every year. Their leaves fall in it. It really pisses me off because we have no trees in our yard. And for some reason, we're always fucking blowing leaves. Anyways, so we have this big tree and he won't cut it down because he likes how it shades his house. Well, air rights, I've thought about just like, but if I do that, it will no longer shade his house.
Speaking of dead trees, we're under contract to sell our rental property, and we just got something in the mail that states that we have to take down this dead tree in the front yard. And
Trees,
mind
man.
you, this stupid ass tree, we had a little bit of an incident with it in the wintertime. And so Eris went out there with his dad in the spring and cut the whole thing down to branches. Like, it's literally just a tree trunk that's out there, and now we have to take it down.
And sorry for all the tree huggers. Like, I hate trees, and I think they're a stupid ass tree. I get their purpose. I get that they're good. They can be good someone else's property, not my property. I'm sure for every person that hates a tree, there's somebody that loves a tree. And if we continue to do that, then the people that love trees will have all the trees providing oxygen for all those that hate trees.
Yeah, and also, I wonder if somebody snitched on us for the tree because it said it has come to our attention, and it just made me feel like someone, I don't know, I can't say for sure.
Bitches get stitches, bitches.
For real.
Kidding.
I can't say for sure, but I have a feeling I know who reported the fucking tree.
Okay, so speaking of me just out of pocket shit and talking about the podcast, and being original. So backstory, rambling. I decided to start writing a book back in like 2012 of my life and stuff. But
Like a novel? Like a book? Like a book that you read?
yeah, me.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
No, that's really cool. Do you have like drafts?
Let me finish.
Okay.
I'm getting there. So I had 6 chapters done, and I went to go ahead and send the first, I think it was like the first 4 maybe, to my dad. So I texted him the other day because when I went through my divorce, the ex-husband took the computer and I thought I had backed everything up, and I did not, and I lost all 6 chapters. And because that was so heavy, I have not ever had the desire to relive that and revisit that, because they were from the younger part of me that I have indeed healed from. So anyways, regarding the book, I do have an inkling to rewrite it again. I just haven't started yet. But I did reach out to my dad. The purpose of all of this, I did reach out to my dad and said, hey, do you have a copy of that in your email somewhere by chance? Like, just to see if maybe, because I never wanted to ask. I didn't want to relive it. It was a hard read for him to like read those chapters, but whatever. So he was like, no, I can't find your email, but I do have like a folder of shit from you when you were a kid. And I was like, oh, perfect. Like, I love that. So I ran for student council. Mind you, I was a terrible kid. Like, I was a bad student. I ran my mouth a lot. I yapped. I was feisty. I was like always telling people what was up. No different than now. But for student council, I'm going to read it word for word, how I wrote it. Okay.
Okay.
I will be good student counsel because I'm not afraid to speak out when I have an idea. I will do it maturely and respectfully, and I like stuff to be fair. I will listen to other ideas and represent them. Please vote for me.
I could see future Paige now, writing something very similar.
As bad as it is, I will be good student counsel because I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid. Oh, man.
I'm done.
You're not afraid.
I'm not afraid. Anyways, but it's so funny because I'm not afraid to speak out when I have an idea. I will do it respectfully.
Immaturely.
Immaturely and respectfully. And I do like stuff to be fair. I am very big on that still. And I will listen to other ideas and represent them.
And I'm
all for that. I do all this.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
So that's Paige at her core. That's really cool.
But my handwriting was trash. I got a C in handwriting. I saw my report card.
You guys had a class for handwriting?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, Paige. Oh yeah. Where did you have to submit that, I wonder?
Yeah, no wonder nobody freaking voted me. I will be good student counsel because I'm not afraid.
I feel like that would have probably been just like moving too fast. Like you were probably like writing, because it's not like now where we can type and then backspace and then type. You're probably just like, vote, I will be good student counsel.
Caveman style, bitches.
Here's, I'm not afraid.
Oh my gosh, wild stuff.
The fact that you had to say it maturely and respectfully makes me wonder, like, were you not mature and respectful in most of your time?
I didn't become mature until after I got knocked up. And then I was mature than everybody because I was raising a whole ass human. So I was like top tier adult at 16. It's funny. It's all paid off, guys. It's all paid off. But I saw that and I thought that it was fitting.
Yeah, that makes me laugh. That's funny.
I know. What's up with you?
Well, with me, today's a sunny day. Yesterday, we spent the day going to Six Flags, which was fun. The weather was pretty great. I don't have a lot to say. I feel like right now it's pretty chill.
It's Memorial Day for those that don't know. And on Friday, we recorded a special episode with a guest, and we were going to record another, but ran out of time, and we were all crunched, and everybody was kind of a stress mess over on both sides of the pod. So we decided just to fuck it, Memorial Day. And then I texted Erika at 7 o'clock thinking she would be up.
6:30. Yeah, what the heck?
I was up, ready to go. Let's podcast record. And she didn't text me back until like 11 or 10:30, which is a normal time for people on a holiday.
We didn't get back till super late, and I was so tired, and so I slept in.
It's like a normal human.
Yeah.
I was in bed by 11 and up at 7 or 6:30, whatever time I texted you. So anyways, we didn't really know what to talk about, and we kind of just got thrown into this, but realized that we haven't caught up with you guys in a minute.
It has been a while.
It feels sloppy to me, though,
Catching up.
how the podcast has been.
Like, in general, or just this episode?
Yeah, it's in general, just so disorganized and kind of flying by the seat of our pants.
So at the beginning of the year, we had an idea to sit down once a month and kind of brainstorm for the podcast so that we would be prepared for it, because I really like the podcast and I don't want it to go anywhere. But we also are agents who are out producing and making money like with everyone else. And so it's hard because as of right now, we're not getting paid for the podcast. And I know that will change very soon, but for right now, we're not. So it makes it, although it's one of the priorities, it's kind of like, okay, we'll fit it in when we can, because the biggest thing is at least we've been consistent. We haven't missed.
Yes.
We've sacrificed the time. Like, no matter what we're going through, we make it. And I don't know how many episodes are we in. But anyways, I say that to say, I think that once we know that this is a busy time of the year, but once we kind of re-lock into that, okay, at least once a month we sit down and we get our episodes ready, at least the next 4, it'll be more cohesive. But also I think that this is what people like about our podcast in comparison.
Yeah, I do too. I think that people like to listen to us.
To banter.
And to the banter and the fun, and then also learn something while they're at it. Like, I'm a big believer in, like, nothing's a waste of time if you learn something from it. So, like, I mean, are you going to get as much on this podcast as you would, like, you know,
Jared
James, if you
but he
listen to one of
spits facts. Who would I wouldn't listen to his podcast.
Yeah.
It's too aggressive.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
No, it's too much for me personally.
Yeah. But honestly, we're about to continue to enter a busy season. Like, it's May, but then, like, June is, like, heat of the summer. July is 3 backpack giveaways. Like, I mean, we are about to get psycho. And, like, we have a team bonding event. We have tailgate that's coming up. And then after that, it just all, like, snowballs into the end of the year. So, like, we're going to do our best. But I did tell Erika, like, if we gave this podcast all of our efforts, it'd be over for you bitches. I'm just kidding. That's so rude. Please don't take that serious. I feel like I have to, like, disclaimer.
Yeah, you will, or else you'll get like a footnote on your TikTok that says
canceled.
Yeah. There's certain allegations against you.
Are there?
No, that's my knowledge.
I could be like James Charles and be like, guys, I'm making this
Sisters.
video.
Okay, first of all, what does he have in his mouth that he cannot speak? Because it always sounds like he has stuff in his mouth and he's like, sisters, I really want to say I'm sorry. And like, I hate his mouth. Like, what the fuck is in there? His big ass teeth? I'm going to be a hater. Like, he chokes on his own tongue and his teeth are so big that he can't, like, I don't know. It sounds like there's like so much mucus and saliva in his mouth.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I don't really focus with him at all. I bought one of his makeup palettes way back when because I used to love makeup, and it was a fucking rainbow and it had every goddamn color in the freaking universe on it, and I wanted it. So I did get that.
He freaks me out. The whole BBL thing on him freaks me out.
The BBL thing, him always talking to underage guys, like his tone deafness, like he's just grody.
You had to, like, I don't know. I don't know. He's gross. It's funny. I just saw a video like before we got on about him, and that's why I said they'll put a disclaimer at the bottom of your page, because he has one on the bottom of his page apparently.
What a weirdo.
He's a fucking creep.
He is a creep. So you kind of said it, like, we do this podcast and sometimes we have shit going on and we just have to do it anyways. What do you mean by that? You got any personal experience tied to that?
Yeah, I do.
Wanna
So,
talk about it?
yeah, I do. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So, I'm just gonna go give a real life example. On Friday, we were recording and we had all intentions to record 2 episodes, this one being one of them, and we just wrapped up our 3rd round of IVF. And again, I don't when I speak on it, it's not because I want people to feel bad for me or to put my personal business out there, whatever. It's just a part of my life, and it's just the season that I'm in, and it's a big part of it. And we got some news, like, right as we were getting ready to record the second one, and I couldn't do it. And so, it wasn't the greatest of news. It got better, but at that moment, it was a huge gut punch, and I couldn't sit here and push through and talk about what we needed to talk about. I also, right after that, had a closing I had to go to, so, like, I had to read the results. So, basically, long story short, you get your eggs taken out, they fertilize them with sperm, and then they incubate them for 5 days. At the end of 5 days, the majority of the ones that are strong should have developed into, like, when they freeze them, like, the certain stage, when they would freeze them. Then if there's some that are close, they'll continue watching them into day 6. If there's some that are really, really close, they'll watch them into day 7, but the day 7 ones are obviously very slow, and so they're slow developing, and there's a less likely chance that they're gonna be normal, etcetera. So, Friday was day 5, of course, going into a long weekend, and on Friday, we found out that none of our, um, embryos were biopsied, and so that was a gut punch because I had everything kind of really riding on this round. This was supposed to be the last one, and hopefully it still is, but that's just not the news that you wanna hear, and it's not being dramatic, it's because, like, the day 5s are the best ones. Those are the ones that they developed at a pace that they should've, and I was headed to closing, and I even, like, I think I cried for, like, maybe 5 minutes, but, like, I didn't really let myself fully feel that, and I was like, "Okay." Like, Eris was still here, luckily, when that happened, so, like, I went down, I talked to him really quick, I came back up, I told Paige, "Hey, I can't do it." She gave me time and grace, thankfully, but then I had to jump in the car and go to closing. And, like, that I don't know, that's hard. So then I think when I was on my way there, probably about 20 minutes after we got off, like, I had to call you and ask you, like, all these work questions, and I think that that shows that, like, I just had to put it aside. I just had to bottle it up and keep pushing through, and that's kind of where I'm at right now in life. I had talked about it before that I knew that this was gonna be mentally, physically, emotionally taxing, and so I haven't been out this year, like, hustling like I thought I would, taking on new clients. To an extent, yeah, like, but I haven't been out there how I normally am, like, trying to meet new people and trying to, like, gather
Yeah.
business and expand. It's just kind of been like a maintaining mode, and I don't really normally do well with that, but eh, that's
It's what
kind
you
of
needed in the
that's
moment.
yeah, it's what I needed in the moment, but I will say that in that moment, I realized, "Okay, I need to focus back my attention on what I need to do because that's the only thing that makes you not think about it."
Yeah. I think it's important though to have a moment to be with it. I mean, that's kind of also why I was like, no, like I know you had back-to-back things after recording. So I think you needed a moment. I don't think it's healthy to bottle it up. I
Mhm,
mean, I do it myself, so I'm a hypocrite saying that, but like it's not healthy to bottle those things up and not feel them. But I'm also like, I don't know what the adequate amount of time is to like grieve on something or to feel something without it becoming wallowing or like victim mentality. Like, I feel like some people, if they would have gotten that news, they would have just called off work, and we don't get that luxury to do that.
mhm.
Like, it was you had a closing because if you don't show up, that's against your license law. Like, you can't not show up, and you had a final walkthrough that if you didn't go, would have screwed your client. And so,
Mhm.
like, it was just like, those are just things, yeah, you have to push through.
You do, and it's hard because especially when like, in this industry or anything that you're self-employed and you like, everything that you do is reliant on what you've done the past 30 days, 60 days, or the things that you continue to do, and I can honestly say, like, it's a lot slower than I had not even slower, but like slower growing, I guess, than like I guess I had hoped for. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
I feel like when there's problems and it's not like a problem that can be fixed in the moment or can be really fixed ever, like you can't take that temporary, it's not even temporary, but like I want to say temporary pain because I don't, or emotions, because I don't think it's temporary. Like you're going to continue to feel that, but that like initial sting, like you can't jeopardize the big picture for something said for like just a little piece in it. And like if you didn't go to closing, you would have lost money or would have gotten a bad review, which would have hindered your business long term. Um, just using that as an example, not saying that you would do that, but I feel like a lot of people probably are not, they would just like not show up. They'd just be like, sorry. And it could ruin their paycheck, it could ruin their progress, and, all things.
Right. For me, I think that's the one thing that keeps me not in that victim mindset because I have someone other depending on me. If it was something for myself, say I had like a lash appointment or I had something I wanted to do, like 1000% I would have probably like wallowed in that. But like if it's for someone else, I will never not show up for my because of my own personal stuff.
Yeah, I feel that. That's a hard position for me to be in as a mother.
Uh,
Like kind of on the flip side of that is because my kids also need me, and I have been dealing with a great amount of mom guilt just because so many people do need me, and I feel like I've been as hands-on with my kids. I don't know, like, I think about this, like, my brother and his wife, like, they go to, like, a bunch of things every weekend with their kids. My kids are fucking annoying to be around sometimes. Like, and it sucks because, like, if I were to get to know them a little bit more, have more one-on-one time with them, I probably wouldn't feel that way, and we could do something fun together as a family. So I feel like there's just a lot of things that I'm missing out, and I'm sure that I'm just exaggerating and being dramatic. Brandon has told me that time and time again, but it just seems like everybody always needs me, and my kids are the ones that get me last.
mhm.
So, mom guilt on that lately.
I could see that, but like, are your kids? Do they like reach out to you like they do need attention and things like that? And because I don't see you like straight up ignoring them. I feel like your kids are probably in the groove of things and like everything that happens is normal and
Yeah, it
they
is.
probably don't think twice about it. But
They
that
do.
kind of you're kind of comparing yourself to other people and I
Right.
couldn't think about that from like a mom standpoint, but like I could understand that like well they're doing all these stuff with their kids or like they have this relationship with their kids, but if that's not the case for you guys, it doesn't mean that you love your kids any less
I know.
or that your
And I'm
kids
not
love you any less.
right. And that they're going to be fucked up or anything like that. I don't compare myself to people in general. I don't know why I'm doing it on the mom side of things, but
Maybe it's something that you need to dig into deeper if you really want to know.
no, for sure. Definitely do. Definitely want to figure that out because I don't love that. I'm filing my nails as
I
well
was
too.
wondering if you were like writing something down and that was funny.
No, because it was getting a little deep, so I needed to like not feel it fully.
That
We
makes
said this is gonna be
sense.
light and easy, so I had to fidget so I couldn't feel things 100%. But this nail is also driving me nuts
Don't you
because
wish I had squishies and stuff when we were in school? Because I feel like I would have been a lot better of a
student,
yeah.
if you had something to fucking fidget with, me too.
Yeah. Just to like yeah.
Not the fucking fidget spinners though; those are
No,
stupid. I
those were
used to click my
stupid.
pens, and people are like, "Paige, stop making the clicky noise," and I'm like, "Oh." So then I would
Yeah.
tap, and then I would tap my foot, and then people were like, "You're making too much noise," and I'm like, "I'm gonna need someone to shut the fuck up so I can like learn and fidget at the same
And
time."
now they have all these like
Not
squishies and
all
like
these
stuff like
things.
that.
They called them stress balls before. I didn't
Yeah,
need it
but
for
they didn't even
stress.
give us those.
No, because we would throw them.
Also, it wasn't the same. Like, I don't know what they put in these squishies now that like make them so stretchable and like
Yeah.
we just didn't have that
Yeah, I
at
agree.
all.
All right, what else do you want to talk about?
Um, well, I think for me, I have learned that I think I'm getting closer to the end of my IVF journey than I am to the beginning of it at this point. I know that I cannot do this I cannot do this a million more times. I don't have it in me. I'm tired of like gaining all this weight for nothing. I'm tired of like I don't know, like everything is always on hold just because it's like, okay, now we have to do this. Now it's just, it's so much that like selfishly, me and Eris are kind of just like, let's maybe this, I don't know, like we're kind of looking into different things, I guess. But I say that to say that I do realize, like, for me, I do need distractions and like helping people really helps me kind of get through that because it's something more so that I can like control. I can control their experience. I can control like that side of things. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
IVF is something that's like so far out of my control. And I've learned that because I have not had a drink since December 24th, 2025, because they say that your eggs grow, like the eggs that you get at retrieval start growing and like their quality starts forming 3 months prior. And so,
Damn.
yeah, so I gave it up this whole time. I haven't done anything,
Whole time.
nothing. I cut out gluten, I cut out dairy, I did all the things for the same results. Well, I guess I don't know that yet. I can't say that yet because I'm knocking them out before they're even for not the results that I had
Had
anticipated or
anticipated.
expected.
Yeah.
So that just shows me that, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just better to be a hustler and just because that makes me actually feel good. This doesn't. So
Yeah.
I'm in a weird spot.
Yeah.
But I did have some drinks on Friday, Saturday. I did have some drinks.
Thanks for the invite.
Oh, I'm sorry. Remember when I asked you? Remember that?
What did we do Saturday? Oh yeah, I did go down to Rensselaer with Hayes to visit Kay's baby, and then we did come back and she went out with a friend. We ended up going to the casino.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
What did you guys do?
We had some drinks. Then we went to our friend's house and had like a bonfire. And then
That
today we're
sounds
gonna go
fun.
to Potato Creek, fish, cookout. I'm hoping that there's drinks there, but I was actually wondering if there are drinks allowed at Potato Creek.
You should Google that. Who are you
Do you
going
remember
with?
Eris? Well, his friends. Well, they're my friends too over the years.
Just wondering.
Um, do you remember back in the day when you would go to the gas station and get like the big styrofoam cups and fill them up with ice and then put your drinks in them?
Of course I do.
We passed the
Was that
gas station the other day and I was thinking about that and I was like,
I
oh,
was like, are you
remember
doing
those
that?
times? No, unless there's no alcohol allowed, which I'm not going to turn into this alcoholic because I didn't feel that great after I had those drinks and I felt very puffy, but I'm getting surgery on the 4th. That's another thing.
What's the
Okay,
surgery for?
my endo removal before I do any transfers. So I have to like re-lock in. But that's the thing. Why do I always have to lock in? Why can't I just live a normal life? You know, like I've
Because your
been married
body's
for,
not being normal.
it's not, but I've been married for 8 years and this has been like, well, I guess 7. I guess we've been married for 7 years or something like that. I don't know. Am I supposed to lose count already? I could do the math, like if I
I
thought
think
about it.
I'd lost count before 10, and then I knew it was 10. And then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's 0, 1 year, 5 year, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We're at increment. So at this point, since we're over 10, we've been married for 15 years. I don't know. Well, it's 11 this year, so 11 rounds up to 15.
Yeah, I would say so, or over 10.
Yeah, so
Like
you
you're
can
in the
lose count.
ballpark. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this year will be our 7th year married, but 9th year together. That
Like
sounds
that.
right. Anyways, this has been like a part of our marriage the entire time. So like one way or another, I'm really excited to like kind of move past that
Yeah.
and start focusing on like being married again. Cause there was a time that like we sat there and it, okay, this, when I say this out loud, this always makes me cry, but I'm not going to cry this time because that's just not my vibe right now. But sometimes I wonder to myself, like I have the best partner on earth, right? And I think you have the second best. Well, you have the best partner for you. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is like, I feel
I
like I
know what
have
you're
the
saying.
best partner that I could ever want for myself. So like, sometimes I wonder, like, is that all you get? Like, you have that, like, that's it. You're good. That's all you get. And I just want to be able to like enjoy that again because like at the same time I prayed for him too. Like I needed him too, and like
That's
everything
so
else will just
sweet.
come. Huh?
That's so sweet.
No.
That
We're
is
not,
so sweet though, dude. Like I get what you're saying. That's so sweet.
but so like maybe that's it. Um
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
I think that that's really sweet and I think that it's some I can't say that I would do anything different if I was in your shoes. Like,
Yeah.
you can only let this become part of your marriage for so long. In my
Mhm.
opinion, now there's people that try for years and years and years and they finally, and that's fine. But I think it kind of also goes similar to when you actually have kids. You can't lose your marriage in a
Your kids.
relationship. Yeah. Like, yeah. And
No, I see what you mean because I've always thought that
you
too.
cannot lose your marriage and your kids. But then you're like, you can't do it and you can't do that with like, heavy shit like IVF and things like that. And that's just really unfortunate because, like, I've told you guys a million times, you guys would be great parents. So,
I think we'll get there one way or another, but it's
yeah.
just I think the IVF stuff is like I feel like I've done what I can do at this point. I think that we'll probably get my endo surgery and then just start transferring what we have.
Yeah. And go from there, I guess.
But what you told me was has stuck in my head because you told me that so right now I have 4 embryos frozen that I could potentially transfer. We don't know like the genetic makeup of them or like if they would we don't I guess they haven't been tested. We have 4 that haven't been tested. So it makes me wonder like when you said even if you were to have recurrent like trouble staying pregnant, like out of one of those 4, I just feel like one of them has to work. That's what I feel like. So that's why we've had them all biopsied, but I don't know that we're going to test them because I don't know. I just feel like once they put an X on it, they won't transfer it. If they feel like if it's in, they're 95 to 98% accurate, but like that's 2 to 3% error.
Well, I'm not a doctor, so tread lightly. I do agree though that something has to like, I don't know. I know that it would be fucked if your first kids were twins, but could you I know they say only one at a time, but that's not always the case. You can do more than one.
Some
That's
clinics
how
will.
right. Why not try two?
I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Like,
But
I just
it's
I
just
don't know.
crazy to think that like I don't know. Maybe I need a I just wonder like what does the future hold in general? Not even just with that. I don't even like what does the future hold? The world is my oyster. That's kind of how I feel.
It is.
And so
It
I
is.
just think that like there's so many different things that could I don't feel like I'm currently being the keyword attached to the outcome, you know. It's kind of like let's not even let's get through this, but like I feel like if I tapped out now after surgery, after transfers, I feel like I would have known I did what I could. I gave it like a good college try, you know? And I think I would be okay with that.
I'm not somebody that like encourages giving up. So like it's really hard for me, but I also at the same time like totally understand it's not giving up because you have done everything. I just have a very hard problem
I do
myself.
too. So
I'm
I
projecting.
why I said currently, but at the same time, it's like I said, I follow a lot of women on TikTok that go through it. And sometimes it's round 4, round 5, round 6. I saw a girl that did 10. I don't know. You never know because it could happen with each round. So we'll
Listen, if
see.
you go round 4, you're not staying with the same doctor, Erica.
That's
Like
true.
you just can't.
I know. I
3
know.
strikes, you're out,
Anyways, I
bitches.
feel like this is so boring to people, so I don't want to talk about it anymore.
It's not boring to people, but anyways, okay. Um, I got some tea I can spill real quick.
But the fact that you don't tell, like, I have no idea what to expect, and then, okay, just go. Just give it to me.
I got fired as a buyer's agent for the first time ever in my career.
How are you feeling? When was this?
This was like 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago.
Okay.
Brandon and I say me, but it was really Brandon and I. Brandon was the one that always showed the houses, but I did all the back end paperwork stuff. So this was we did Michigan only. They were referred to us from an Indiana agent to do Michigan, agent at Brickbuilt. So they were working with agent one in Indiana, me and Brandon in Michigan. And we have been looking for a year, and she's changed what she wanted a bajillion fucking times. And we could never really figure out what she wanted. Like, she had her house listed for a minute, and then the very next day she told the Indiana agent to take it off the market because she was switching it up. And then all of a sudden she wasn't looking, or she was looking with her sister, and then she wasn't looking, and then she was looking by herself. Like, all of these things happened in a 12-month period. I even had her under contract with a FSBO and had to fight tooth and nail for her to get her earnest money back because it was a FSBO and they didn't want to sign. And in Michigan, they don't do 60-day letters. So
Because she got cold feet?
no, the inspections were trash.
Okay.
So like, she had a valid reason to get out, but the seller didn't feel that way and thought that there was a scam. Like, this girl was scamming her with the inspectors and stuff like that. You know, hindsight, looking back now, based off of some conversation, it does make me wonder if that was the case, because she had randomly reached out and said, hey, to me and to us and the Indiana agent, like, if my attorney reaches out, let them know that I have been looking for houses. And she would always text us and be like, hey, need to see this house ASAP. And Brandon the very next day would show her. Well, there was a couple times that we went on vacation and we gave her a heads up, and she basically sent us a text saying, let us out of my contract because we're just a measly part of your income. Mind you, this came 2 days after her telling us that she was going to take a break. And then texts us Thursday evening and says, hey, I need to see 2 houses ASAP, Saturday and Sunday, to both me and Indiana agent. And neither one of us were free that weekend. So we're like, let me see what I can do. So I posted on Telegram and said, I have 2 Indiana houses, 2 Michigan houses that this person wants to see. Literally trying. She texted us back later that night and was like, we're firing all 3 of you. She didn't tell the Indiana agent until the next day, but essentially she was saying that it was because we make her wait days at a time to see a house. And I was like, no. We're not gonna, you can fire us, but you're not gonna fire us for the wrong fucking info, bitch. Like,
Triggered.
So I sent her a text back that basically said, your information is false. That's not fair. I said it respectfully and obviously really nice. I wasn't trying. And she sends us, this bitch responds back with a screenshot of Brandon's text that says, hey, I just want to give you a heads up. We leave next week to go on spring break for a family vacation. If there's any houses you want to see, please let us know and we will immediately get it scheduled with one of our agents.
She sent you that screenshot because that doesn't do anything for her case.
Screenshots that and says, sorry, can't wait 6 days. No one asked you to wait 6 days. No one. We are giving you a fucking courtesy. And she goes, well, it's okay. My client, who I would have used if he didn't have back surgery last year, when I would have used him, but he said he'd do it for free and he has more availability. I said, I wanted to say, I bet that wouldn't have been able to get you your $3,000 back on that damn earnest money from that FSBO. I am talking from wound, not scar, which, if you listen to our last episode, said speak from a scar, not a wound. But
I'm taking notes.
She literally belittled Brandon and I so much and was like, I know we're not important to you because we're not selling a house too. And I'm like, don't even dare imply that. Like, that's so shitty. None of that is true. Like, she wanted out and she was respectful. And so I was like, we will gladly let you out. But like, don't say that it's because we didn't show you houses quick enough. Literally between Indiana agent, myself, and Brandon, we probably showed her close to 100 houses in a year. Regardless, we showed her so many houses for her to be like, sorry, like, and then she was like, I can't wait until next Tuesday when Brandon said he was available to show her. And we're like, nobody asked you. I actually got both of the Michigan houses set up for you, but you needed to give me more than 5 hours, I think is what it was, to try to figure out to get somebody else involved. Like, just give me a minute. You're giving us 3 days. You said Saturday or Sunday, and it's Thursday. Give me a minute
So she
to figure
wanted
this
it
out.
scheduled like right then and there.
Right.
Okay. I don't like this. One,
Yeah.
something that I do when I talk to buyers is that I try to let them know that we need at least 24-hour notice to get something set up. Why do I do that? Because it sets the expectation of like, because I have a buyer that would do that and it would be like, hey, we need to see this tonight around 3 to 5 p.m. It would stress me out. It would send me into a loop and a frenzy because not always can I do that. And I started saying like, hey, most houses are going to need 24-hour notice at least. So that's what we need. But at the same time, this is an adult person that you're speaking to, I'm assuming. An adult person. So like, what, were they never taught any communication skills? Like, hey, I'm starting to feel like this is taking a little bit longer. Is there any way that, what's going to work for you? What communication is going to work for you? That way I'll feel this way. Like I'm feeling this way. You are feeling this way. How can we bypass that and go forward?
Erika, you know me. My
It would have been a
communication,
conversation. Why
we
wasn't
would
it a
have,
conversation?
I did, so I did correct, like, I didn't show her, I showed her the first, like, maybe 15 houses in Michigan before I was like, okay, I'm done. Brandon, you're tapping in at this point. Because she was very like, she would text me at 7 o'clock in the morning and be like, hey, need to see this ASAP. You got something at 9? And I'm like, ha, ha,
Nope.
ha. Well, I'm not even,
But also
and
like
she would get mad. She
it
brought that up.
it's hard. People don't understand that like to jump out to keep showing one house at a time when you're going to have one tomorrow that has been on the market. Like why aren't we seeing more than once at one time? Like if there's 4 houses on the market and you're sending me one each day, why aren't we just going out to see all 4? And also, if you've been showing her for a year, are you not finding anything that she likes? Can you not sit together and kind of like regroup and be like, hey, we've seen X amount of houses that would have been perfect for you. Why are you not moving?
So the other agent, that when she fired them the next day, they specifically said, I showed you 3 houses that you called perfect that you didn't write on. Please tell me. They were also like, please tell me one house that we lost or came off market because I wasn't available.
They
Like
had nothing.
straight, they didn't, because this agent, when they pulled off market the next day, they weren't gonna ask for the photo to be paid back because they were also buying with them. So they're like, okay, I'm gonna lose my money on this listing, but I'm not, like, I'll recoup it in your purchase. So they eventually said, I'm not releasing you early from your contract unless you pay me that.
And what did they
This
say?
other, I can't believe how unprofessional you're being right now. Yada yada. This person, like, and this person did change what they wanted quite often, and I was not involved in that. And I did give feedback to both Brandon and this other agent, like, hey, after like probably a few times of them changing what you thought that they wanted, you probably should have said, hey, what you told me you wanted is not what we're seeing. Like, we're wasting time here, and you're getting your hopes up and you're getting discouraged because you're changing what you want. Neither one of them regrouped with her.
They just kind of let her like run the show a little
They
bit.
let her run the show, which I feedback for both of them that was given. But at the same time, like, it, based off of some of the things that transpired, it makes me wonder if there was some type of scam going on, because she brought up attorneys. There was a couple other things. And then her to say that her client agent is doing it for free. Suck my butt cheek. No, you're not. Nobody's doing it for free. They're just told you and they're going to ask the seller. And she's like, "Nuh-uh, that's not what's going to happen." I'm like, then you guys did a trade of services. You said if you work for free, and
I'll
then
do
they're like,
this
"But
for
you
you.
got," yeah, like, okay. And so it was stupid. But honestly, Brandon was done working like 2 months prior then, and he was like starting to get annoyed because she was switching up every so often. So
That's really, really hard. And how do you make somebody have decisiveness? But one of the things that you had said at the beginning of the year was like it's really hard for you to work with indecisive people. But because even there's a difference with sometimes people will say like sometimes people will tell you like, hey, I am really nervous about this, so I might need push or something like that. And that's different. If you're nervous about making the decision, I can tell you how normal that is and how you're gonna have these feelings and like and I have people say all the time, "Oh, I'm so nervous." I'm like, "Is it good nervous or is it bad nervous?" Because that's how we need to figure out which way to go. And then they're 9 times out of 10 they're like, "No, it's good nervous. It's just a big step."
It's a big step.
That's different than being so indecisive and putting her issues on you guys.
Have you seen those trends, the gospel singing trends?
No.
Of taking texts and they turn them into a gospel song?
No.
What?
No.
Okay, I know we're like literally at an hour, damn near, but I need you to see this real time.
One of the other things I wrote down was respect. Like, why are people just so disrespectful to others? I don't understand that. But also,
you're not my only client. I have 3 kids. Like,
you're seeing the houses in a timely fashion.
Literally in less than 24 hours. Like, it is what it is.
I just don't understand. I got actually told this weekend that the other agent really admired my fiduciary duties to my client.
Yes. Like, yeah, man.
Video about
bitch, yes. You know how me and Pineapple broke up. Like 2 weeks ago, where's this going? He's dating the blonde bitch. Oh, wait.
Okay, that's the trend.
That's funny. Are you gonna do that with your text?
I might do it with hers.
Oh, that's funny. Hi.
And I should throw the others' agents' texts in there too because they screenshotted them and sent them to me. They were so bad. Theirs are funnier. Honestly, I should do that. Theirs would be funnier. Because she had sent me, after I said my long text, she sent me a screenshot and then boom, text, boom, text, boom, text. And my thumbs up, I was about to be real unprofessional. And I was like, nope. Mutual release has been sent. That's all I said. Delete it
probably
all.
Felt so good to just say it and just be like, fuck it. Because like she was probably expecting a huge reaction from you and expecting you guys to all blow up and like beg her to do business with her or beg to, make things right. But like, who's really going to do that? Like you said, you definitely dodged a bullet. And I hope that I don't hope, but this person that's doing business with her for free.
He's about to learn.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Because that's a year. That was a year of you guys showing our houses for free.
Consistently.
For free.
And under contract and negotiated with the FSBO. That was a pain in my butt.
Good riddance. I don't think you got fired. I think
I dodged a bullet.
You dodged a bullet big time.
Sorry. All right. We should wrap it up.
Happy Memorial Day.
I hope you guys learned something from this or something or two. Maybe something from Erika and something from me so we can call it an all-around productive podcast episode.
Look, I'm not going to talk about the sad stuff anymore. That is just, I think at this point just is what it is. But thank you guys for listening while I got through that. But I think now it's just, I don't want to dwell on it anymore. I don't want any of it to come up.
We're not dwelling no more.
So, it is what it is. All right. Bye.
Follow us.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Follow us
on
Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere that you listen to podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube. We have an Amazon storefront that you can go and shop things that we like, and we link some of our favorite stuff. And we also have a code for Hustle Humbly Podcast. It's after hours. If you go to hustlehumblypodcast.com and you're browsing around and you see some of their courses that you want to take, but you're like, dang, you know what? I can't bring myself to pay this much. Well, guess what? We got you. You can use code after hours and get $100 off, which is a lot of money. You can do a lot of stuff with $100, and you can get a course so you can have your cake and eat it too. And I do have an affiliate link for Modern Agent Social Club, which is what we had talked about with Kayla Fox on the last episode. And so I will link that for you. And the code for that is after hours as well, I believe.
And make sure you follow us on all social media platforms.
Platforms.
Platforms. We got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
Snapchat.
YouTube.
Just kidding.
No, we don't.
I always do say that. It just pops in my head.
We don't have that.
We don't have X either.
No, we don't have any of those. All right, folks. Talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.